Hello, good evening, live. It's Billy Rowe coming to you with today's Wednesday word. Today, as you can see, the title is How to Make and Sustain Change. I guess we'll start with what is change. Change is anytime you move from what you are your current comfort zone or what you're currently familiar with into something that you are either unfamiliar with or something that you are um, familiar with, but going back to, we'll call that change. Anyway, how to make change. Change is easy. I know that sounds really, change is easy, but sustaining change is a little difficult. Change is simply deciding, making a choice that you are going to do something different than what you are currently doing. It is the jump of the cliff. I'm working on a book called Don't Jump Just Yet. And that is inspirationally based. Uh-oh. Says weak connection. I'm at home, so I don't know why it's so weak, but we're going to go with it anyway. Um, that's something that's inspirationally based, but really it changes making that jump, taking that leap of faith that says, I'm going to try to do or attempt to do something different. Um, that's really the easy part. How to sustain it is a whole different commitment. What that comes down to when I really look at change and sustaining it, what it comes down to is being honest. And it sounds weird that to sustain change, that it takes honesty, but it absolutely takes honesty. It takes honesty with yourself. Being able to admit what it is that you are capable of, what it is that you can handle, what your flaws are, what your shortcomings are, and what your strengths are. That is the challenge of sustaining strength, or challenge of sustaining change. Um, I was having a conversation a few weeks back with some young men. They were asking me, like, they asked me a lot of questions actually, and as I was answering these questions, I was kind of questioning to myself, why are these answers coming to me so fast? And I realized that the answers were coming fast because these were already questions that I had asked myself. And anytime you can get ahead of a question, you'll be better prepared to answer the question. Um, and one of the questions they had asked me is about becoming a father at a young age. And they said, if you could take one thing you could have been better prepared for when you became a father, what would that be? And I said, I really wish that I could have learned the importance of being honest with myself. Because when you're honest with yourself, what happens is you empower yourself to be in the best position possible. Um, we were talking about girls in this particular scenario. So I said, for me to be honest as a young man, you can't tell yourself that, oh, yeah, I'm just going to go to this girl's house at 11 o'clock at night and nothing's going to happen. It's cool. We're just friends, or, we just like each other a little bit. Those are lies that we tell ourselves. And what happens is we get really good at lying to ourselves. We lie so fast that we believe it almost before we say it. So we'll say, oh, yeah, I can go over there. I can handle that. I'm in control, or whatever it may be. And then you get there and you end up in a set of circumstances or a situation that you really didn't want from the beginning. So really, in order to maintain change, you have to change the process at which you speak to yourself. You have to be and speak to yourself in a very honest, unfiltered manner. So whereas, let's say it's something as simple as driving to work. Let's say you struggle with getting to work on time. Sorry, it's jumping on a little bit, but let's say you struggle with getting to work on time. You have to be honest with yourself that if you're not a morning person, then you need to go to sleep a little bit earlier than what you would if you say, oh, well, I'm going to wake up. I'll wake up to my alarm. There's people who hit snooze on their alarm 7 to 8 to 10 to 20 times in the morning. And that is why they are late every day. You just need to be honest with yourself and say, hey, look, I'm not a morning person. So in order to be successful at getting to work on time, what I'm going to do is go to sleep around 10 o'clock, which sounds weird to be an adult with a bedtime, but it also sounds to be weird to be an adult who can't show up to work on time because you are not being honest with yourself about what it takes to be successful at that. So again, no matter what the change may be, it comes down to number one, taking the jump, making the leap, believing in faith. If you're religious or spiritual, believing in faith in God. If you're not, believing in faith in the universe or whatever you want to believe in, but believing that that jump is going to be met with a pleasant landing, because the ground will always appear when you jump. It's just a matter of whether or not you brought a parachute with you. And then number two is just pure honesty with yourself, being that what I see on Facebook all the time, 100, 100, 100, being 100% authentic with yourself about what your capabilities are. And it's okay to be making a choice that let's say going to the young lady's house at 11 o'clock at night. If you're going to the young lady's house at 11 o'clock at night, be honest about why you're going there. Don't tell yourself a lie that, I'm just going to watch a Netflix and chill. No, you're not going to watch Netflix and chill 95% of the time. So be honest with yourself about why you're going there, and then be accountable to that decision, whatever that may bring. So that's all I got for you today. I did tell you last week that I had something for you. I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I am currently working on finishing a book. The book is called The Walk. The book is about my spiritual journey into manhood and developing my relationship with God. What I would like to do is to have 10 to 20 people read the first 5 chapters of the book. And the only caveat to that is that you have to give honest, see how I plug that in there? You have to give honest feedback about what it is you've read. I have tough skin. You can tell me it's trash and I take it. You can tell me it's great. I can take it either way. But I'm looking for 10 to 20 people that can help vet this book and see if it is what I believe it will be to other young men. And maybe help some young women with some other young men. Anyway, this is Billy Rowe. As always, I love you guys. If you like it, share it. If you share it, like it, I'll be happy to engage with you in the comment section. And I'll see you in 7 days. Peace.